What's happening, everybody? It's Thabile TTO. I'm back and I'm taking over on a brand new and exciting episode of The Purple Couch. And today, I'm reporting for duty live from Phumulani Mall in Tembisa, where we're celebrating the month of love with awareness. We're live across every social media platform. That's Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. It is at loveLifeNGO, hashtag The Purple Couch. A big shout out to our founders, which are, of course, the National Department of Health and the Department of Sport, Arts and Culture for making it all possible. We're going to be getting tested. We're also going to be getting some TB screenings and so much healthy awareness going down here in Tembisa. Keep it locked. It's The Purple Couch. And you're still tuned into The Purple Couch right here on our YouTube channel. And it's time for us to get into our inclusive interview. And like I said, we have been invited by Phumulani Mall in Tembisa to come celebrate Valentine's Day, but with awareness. And I'm here with a representative who goes by the name of George William. Welcome to The Purple Couch, George.
Thank you very much.
Chat to me about your role here at Phumulani Mall. What do you do?
So I'm the marketing coordinator here at Phumulani.
Yeah.
And then today we just decided, since it's Valentine's Day, we might just invite some of the organizations that may be able to bring some awareness to people about the issues that we are having in communities.
Yeah. How important is it for us to have, days like this? There's a lot of foot traffic, not just, young people, but also older people who also do need the education. So how important is what we're doing here today?
Very important. I mean, you have to remember that some people do not even have medical aids, or the nearest provincial hospital is like a distance from here. So I mean, this bringing it closer to them is just something that we feel like as a mall we have to do.
Yeah, and outside of just people coming here to shop, especially on a day like this where so much will be going on between people, intimately, the education that we're providing today just goes beyond people getting tested. Do you think that people actually listen and take the education into their relationships and some of the intimate relationships that they engage in?
I mean, I hope they do. I mean, it's very impressive here today what you guys are doing.
Yeah.
So I hope that they will use this opportunity to actually test, get some information about some of the things that are available out there for them. And this is for free.
Yeah.
So this is something that's perfect for them.
Yeah. And then going forward, it's February, we're celebrating the month of love. Will we see Phumulani Mall having more days like this where we're bringing awareness and education to people and young people across the community?
Definitely. I mean, we are all about community development. We will be having initiatives like this. It's not only going to be about HIV.
Yeah.
It might also lead to I mean, SPC, I know we have problems with dogs nowadays that are biting people. During August, Women's Month, we might have something for the ladies. And then in December, obviously, we also have festive giveaways that we do annually.
All right. Big shout out to you and all the work that you're doing for the community. I think it's dope that malls are not just entertainment and shopping places, but it can be places where people can come through, get educated, get tested beyond just coming to shop. Big shout out to you. We're going to take a quick break. It is still The Purple Couch. We'll be back after this. We are still taking over. It is the month of love and we're celebrating at Phumulani Mall, and we're doing that with awareness. I'm here with the Love Life coordinator who goes by the name of Refilwe. How are you doing today, Refilwe?
I'm awesome. Thank you for asking, Enwena.
I'm all right. First of all, a happy Valentine's Day to you. A happy month of love to you.
Thank you.
Chat to us about the work that we're doing here today as Love Life, as USAID, as BWise. What are we doing here today?
Okay. So today it's about health and wellness.
Yeah.
The mall invited us to host a wellness day. And then we decided to call on partners that are doing testing, screening, and also vaccinating for COVID. So as we know that we are just 2 meters away, our facilities at the back, that is Winnie Mandela, that we're supporting. So we decided to support the mall also, as we are about youth health promotion.
Yeah.
So what we are doing, Rona, as Love Life, we're giving information, awareness, and also empowering our ladies to use female condoms.
Now, on that note, how important are drives and, days like this where we are coming to the community and we are sharing some of the things that we are trying to inform the young people and the community at large?
I think we play a very vital role in terms of awareness. When one comes to the mall, they just here to buy your groceries or shopping, and when they see us, they get information that they are able also, when they go out here, we are sure that they are able to make informed decisions from the awareness or education that we have given them throughout. So in a way they play, but they getting information and they're not aware. Today we are excited because most of the ladies, they are empowered and they know how to use female condom and they want to try it out. The way the message is being passed on, it's not like we do normally in the clinic. It's different because we are doing play game and yes.
Yeah. Now, on that note, you were speaking about the ladies and the education that is happening today. What has been, the age groups of ladies coming in to get informed?
It's our target group, yes, it's 10 to 24, but today it's open. We giving everybody information, and I think we've seen, looking at our statistics, we've seen 18 to 35, 36,
All right, that is of course Urifile, who is the Love Life coordinator. We are reporting for duty live from Phumulani Mall in Tembisa. Do you want to close it off for me?
Thank you so much. Thank you, Dango. Second half.
We are still promoting a healthy lifestyle in 2023. And as we're celebrating the month of love, we also got some young people right here at the mall to do some active things. And this is what went down. Tembisa Mgani in Phumulani Mall, and the BY's corner had young people flocking in to get to know more about their sexual and reproductive health. If you were not at the event and wondering how exactly can you access these health tips, don't worry, we've got you covered. Visit bywishealth.com right now. It's as easy as that. And we're still celebrating the month of love down here in Tembisa at Phumulani Mall. And I've tasked our Love Life coordinator, Urifile, to chat to some young people and have conversations about health talk. And this is what went down.
Dumelan Shemitaka. My name is Rifile Kololo, and today we talking about healthy relationships. What comes to your mind when we talk of healthy relationships? Healthy relationship.
Freedom to express myself without fearing my partner.
Freedom to express yourself without fearing your partner.
Having a better communication with your partner.
Better communication in Agar. Raidumela na yo.
Ratumel.
Arden number 3 to me when I have king.
Okay, kahle. Ukuthi xoxoxangani bawethu ningixolele yabo. Mekuza lapha kahle yikho nje ukuthi yabona umuntu omazi ukuthi ume kanjani yabo isikhathini esiningi. Ukuthi ukhulume nomuntu wakho njengoba eshilo usisiya ngizokusho kakhulu. Njengoba futhi ephinde futhi washo ngiyafumela futhi nangaleyo ndlela leyo.
So thank you Chomi, thank you. So re believer hore rona as young people re palelwa ko bona di relationship tse bjalo. Are we more leveling in mo ileng hore we are under pressure, maybe here to create a relationship ra dumelana as young people? So ke batla re ene and then re unpack the unhealthy stuffs, more relationship, more feeling hore so feel this is not healthy and this is where I need all the red flags. Agre re di bitsa rona mo stareng re di red flags ne re di bona bjang di red flags tse la hore ke red flag ke he motho a ira eng o irala eng. So
I believe with some red flags, you start seeing them by when your partner doesn't respect you, doesn't see you, he starts on tackling on abuse and stuff like that.
Ke red flag ne ke tlabe ke bone ning so mara e irahala ning first week, second week o motho wa nna okay honeymoon phase ya re bone after honeymoon phase there and then after that what are the options if you feel okay ke under katello ne. Remember when we speak of something that is not healthy, you feel that more motho o nkgatelletse mone I'm suppressed. So what do we do? Do we stay on believing that the person will change, or we keep on making excuses for the partner to say that he was not himself, he was moody? What do we do and what should we do?
I personally believe it. If you really like your person, okay, I start by addressing the situation. I talk to you and I tell you how I feel about how you're treating me. I'm feeling suffocated, I'm feeling oppressed, I'm feeling however it is you make me feel. And then if I don't see a change, then I have no choice but to leave, because I don't want to lose myself or leave there.
Okre ole unhappy ne okre o se bubbly, when they take everything away from you, you feel that this person is draining me the energy. We are not supposed to be in those kind of relationship. When you feel drained, it's a red flag. You run. Yes. I guess you run, Simba. There's no excuse. I
no excuse.
No excuse.
Otherwise ngiyaphela sithanda ngeke. So esikhathini esiningi ngamela ukuthi umuntu engasangithandi yabo mase ngibona ukuthi kahle kahle akusekho lapho vele ngihambele nje ungcono yabo.
Okay. So how are we feeling, guys? Do we really feel that young people, how are we feeling? Do we really feel that young people have, or are they aware or have enough information around choosing a healthy relationship, or as young people we don't have information?
I think we lack information as young people.
You lack information. Why?
I feel like we lack information also, like she said, because one thing I've noticed about people in my generation, like I for one, I am not in a relationship, but there's so much pressure to be in a relationship. And people nowadays in this generation, they praise toxicness because they believe that's love. They paint toxicness as love. For instance, if there's certain toxic behaviors that just happen in relationship these days that are just a no-no, but people paint them as love or as a way of showing that I really love you. I don't know, let me think.
Yeah, ke rata le bitso leo toxic. Hey, ne re tla fitla neng go toxic eh? Hele re motho o toxic eh? O kre re mara wena o toxic. Ke ha o ira eng? Ke motho la o ira ntho bitaka. Ke re mara wena
He's suppressing your feelings. He's making you feel less.
Yo, la ba itse ba le ba o tsa mo strateng a o botse hore o sdodla. Ha, mara.
He loves me. He wants me to lose weight and be fit.
I get ke batla o tshwana le Beyonce and o batla o be somebody else. I get who in lovely image eso and then o batla wena. So those people are, this one I can't keep in my life. I get. But anyway, if you need more information, we've got a line. Please call me line. I get 083 323. I get right 1023. And then we fella, please call. And then after we please call, but we'll phone you back. And then with more information, the trained counselors and they are ready. and then but offer more information about if you feel like, I don't know, because some are patterns, and sometimes we feel like you said, we feel like this pattern is correct because I saw my mom and dad. I'm not saying that we are, but as young people, I have noticed that we think the pattern is correct. I've seen by the street corner that men are better than women, so it's right. It means so you're going to get more information about sexuality. You're going to get more information about health and wellness. I get Helisenda, please call me Mola for more information on the topic that we were discussing. Ne? So, Renali, any input before Twala? Le sharp. Any message ifang young people to say young people born at the red flags so and then this is how we should love ourselves. Again, remember it's about loving yourself. The message today is about loving yourself again. So linali message for bona for zithande mama upila regardless. Again, you are beautiful. Again, what you see on the mirror says, this is where I am. Confidence eu. Oh, I wanna choice. So sharp. Again, thank you so much.
And you're still tuned into the Purple Couch on our YouTube channel. We're still celebrating the month of love from Phumulani Mall in Tembisa. But we're going to take a quick break from what's happening here. I'm going to throw it to a very exclusive interview that we were invited to by the cast and crew of Fences, which is a production that was running all month long at the Joburg Theatre. And this is what went down. And we're back and still taking over right here on the Purple Couch. It's time for us to get into our exclusive interview. And today we're celebrating theatre in all of its glory. We're celebrating Black History Month. As you know, or you may not know, February is Black History Month. And today I'm hanging out with the cast of Fences and chatting, about this incredible play and it coming to Joburg Theatre. And I'm here with the assistant director, Rorisang, and one of the cast members, which is, of course, you play the part of Gabriel,
Yes.
played by Sibusiso. Welcome to the Purple Couch.
Thank you.
Well, I know that we're not on the Purple Couch,
Yes.
but
We can use our imagination.
just
Yeah,
imagination.
yeah.
Before we get into the play, can you guys remember the first time you walked into a theatre and what production was playing?
The very first time?
How old were you?
Gosh.
What
Wow.
was going through your mind?
Oh, wow. First.
I would say the first time was at the Swaziland Theatre Club. Because I grew up in Swaziland and at the Swaziland Theatre Club. And yeah, I remember the moment because I didn't know I wanted to act or anything, but
Yeah.
there was something about walking into that space that was like, shh, don't make noise.
Yeah.
So there was something about that was the feeling.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
for you, Rorisang?
I think I was just trying to go through it. And I think actually it was in this theatre. I think it was on this stage, the Mandela stage.
Really?
And I think it was one of the pantomimes. I think it was like Cinderella because at my school they used to bring us. So I think that was my first experience. I think it was maybe like 7 or 8 or something like that. And I remember walking in and just feeling this is such a huge space.
Yeah.
So to actually be able to stage this here now is the unbelievable full circle moment. Yeah.
And
it's
that time, did you
huge.
think that you'd be coming back, much older,
Mm.
with a lot more experience, but now directing such a phenomenal play like Fences?
No, that didn't cross my mind at all.
Yeah.
I did think that I'd want to come back and be on the stage.
Mm.
I knew that because I've always wanted to act and be in the arts. So that was definitely there. But, this how things have unfolded to be directing and to be
Yeah.
in Fences, that I never put that on my manifestation chart at all. So
Mm.
this has been a huge surprise and a real honor. Yeah.
Now let's chat about this play,
Yeah.
Fences. How does the script come to you?
Oh wow. Okay, so August Wilson, I'm a writer as well.
Mhm.
So I first encountered August Wilson. Somebody said to me, "Oh, you need to read this writer."
Yeah.
And I read. I think the first play of his I read was Joe Turner's Come and Gone, And I was in London. I was studying in London, and I read this play, and I thought, this is an African writer. I mean, he's just African American, but all these themes, I could see it all happening in this part of the world. So, and then I just started learning about these other plays and the cycle of plays that he wrote, the 10 plays of, to mark the 20th century, and then each decade of experience from the African American point of view. So Fences, I first encountered Fences as I was just reading through them, and but yeah, for August Wilson has always felt like a writer from this part of the world. Which of course, obviously, if we go back hundreds of years, his ancestry comes from this part of the world, but he wanted to make sure that every single one of his plays has some spiritual element that's linked to Africa. But also not just that, but the themes of the plays. This is about a family. This is about a father who's trying to make sure that his children or his family can survive life in 1950s America. So a lot of the themes are what a lot of parents and children face here right now. We can all relate to the family dynamic. We can all relate to what happens.
And for you, Rorisang, what made you say yes to directing a play like this? I'm sure a lot goes through your mind with the work that you choose to be a part of. So what made you say yes?
It was a very, very easy yes.
Why was that an easy yes?
I said yes, and then I went home and got, oh my God, this is
what
huge.
have I gotten myself into?
But no, the opportunity, I think it's just something that comes along, and it's so special. And for me, it was the artistic director of this theatre who offered it to me, and this has always been one of my favorite plays. And being in this space, to be able to direct at this theatre, it's just something that I just had to dive into. But then also, this is such iconic material, and it's so important, and I feel so lucky that I'm a part of it, because this is the first staging of Fences on the continent. So it's a very special moment for all of us. And I think we're all working so hard to put on a great show that sometimes we forget that this is actually a historic moment. So even though, there are times we have restless nights and, is this working out, and how am I doing? And we're rushing towards opening night. But we're so lucky to be here that you have to dive in and say yes when these kind of opportunities come. You can't say no. I wouldn't live with myself if I'd said no to this.
And like you said, the story has got so much history, and it's been played so many times. The relevance in 2023, and with the experiences that we as Black people are still even facing now, why is it important to tell this kind of story?
African Americans coming out of slavery are still over 100 years later going through a journey of healing from the trauma of slavery, from the trauma of being nobodies, and then having to go out into the world and try and be somebody. In South Africa, we're dealing with the same thing, and we're not even 50 years in. We're barely 30 years in. There's trauma that has been passed on from generation to generation. And this play is about that generational trauma, and we watch on stage the potential for that trauma to be passed on again. And that's what the play is about. So definitely relevant. We're healing.
And with celebrating Black History Month, I mean, we are in South Africa. We also have the play has notes on apartheid. How important is it to still tell our history in 2020, even though we are not, say, still experiencing those things, but how important is it to tell those stories?
I think it's important because you need to know your history so that you can also have grounding where you are. It's also important to know who has come before you, and so that you don't forget. And I think Black people in general are very good at preserving, that's why we have such a wonderful relationship with our ancestors. That's why we're so spiritually inclined, so it's always going to be important for us to tell these stories and to keep on telling these stories. But furthermore, because this play has so many universal themes that I often think it's always going to be a relevant time to tell the stories. 2023, so we're in the present, but even if you told us 20 years ago, I think it would still affect people in a beautiful way.
Now, Sibusiso, let's chat about your character, Gabriel, and preparing for for the character, did you maybe go back and see other people who played the character and how they delivered it? Or did you maybe, find your own unique way of connecting with the character?
So I'd like to use a combination of both. As I start with doing what I call forensic investigation into the character. So I go into the script and get as many clues from, what the writer has said, what other people say about the character.
Yeah.
And then I now have to put the character in a context and think, when was he born? And I worked it out and worked out that he was in the army and went and had an injury. He was injured in the war, in the Second World War.
Yeah.
And he's described as having a metal plate in his head, so he got his head blown off. He's the brother of the main character.
Yeah.
And one of the things that the writer has written about him is he believes firmly that he is the Archangel Gabriel. Because he believes that when he got injured, he died and was in heaven. So you're thinking, what does a character like that? What is and then I will investigate. Some actors don't like seeing what other people do, but for me, once I get the feeling of the character, I go, what did the choice of the person make that person? And then there's moments where you go, oh, that's interesting. But it's never about copying. It's never about, because the thing that I will do will only be what I can do and what can come from me. But for me, the biggest thing was seeing, and when you see the play, you'll see the specific moments where Gabriel, the human, tries to connect with Gabriel, the angel, in a way, And so what is that moment? What does it mean to me? What does it mean in this context of being in Africa? So he's Troy Maxon's brother. He's the only person from Troy's family that he still keeps in touch with. The name Gabriel means light bringer.
Yeah.
And August Wilson very much positioned this character to try and do that in this very difficult time. Some people say he's insane. I don't think so.
Well, you would know.
But insane is a judgment from the outside.
Yeah.
So people, if you're living inside someone's perspective, they have every reason. They have a very clear reason for why they do things the way that they do them. So that's what I look for in the character. I would never go, oh, this person's mad, because then I wouldn't be playing the character. I'd be judging them. So
but that person sounds special.
Thank you.
Yeah, very special. And for you with directing the characters, I mean, there's a certain thing that you want from each actor. So how is your approach with directing?
Well, my approach is directing, I'm very collaborative. I like to really check in with my actors, firstly just as people. How are you doing today? Because it's very can be very difficult to be in this kind of space. You become very vulnerable, very sensitive, and you have to trust people very quickly. You have to trust yourself, and then you're on stage in front of hundreds of people. So my thing is always to just try and ground my actors in the space and with each other. And then after that, it's just about being supportive and helping them, find their characters, creating a space where they know that they can play, where they can explore things, and just being there as a support system, because the text is there, and especially something like this, which is so well known, so there is a particular expectation of what's going to happen. So it's about getting the actors to a place where they trust what they're doing and they enjoy it, and reminding them that it's supposed to be fun, because we get so caught up in the work and the exhaustion of it that we forget, like, we chose this job because we wanted to come and play with each other, and it's and our imaginations are so well fed, and our spirits are so well fed by that. So that's why I love to work with actors in that, because you have the most incredible conversations that just vacillate from one thing to another, because you're cracked wide open when you're in the space. So just creating an energy, that we can do that. Yeah.
So why should, as we close it, why should people come and watch this play?
Because people like gay.
No,
look, there are many incredible reasons why you should come watch this play. First and foremost, it's an August Wilson play. We got Dr. John Gunny and the theatre got special permission from August Wilson's estate to perform this play. So it's a very special moment and privilege to come. It's one of the best plays of all time. It's my personal favorite play of all time. I think this particular staging of it is so beautiful. I think it's so sensitive and it's so much fun. And, you're going to see performances that you've never seen on a South African stage, and you're going to be absolutely thrilled. So please come watch. That's why you should.
Yes. Yeah, what she said.
Yeah.
What she said. Yes. Thank you guys so much for coming through and chatting to me.
Thank you.
This has been, of course, our exclusive interview. Definitely get your tickets and come through and watch Fences. It is live right now till the 26th of February. We'll be back straight after this. And we've come to the end of today's explosive episode of The Purple Couch. A big shout out to you for tuning in. A big shout out to our founders, which are, of course, the National Department of Health and the Department of Sports, Arts and Culture for making it all possible. A big shout out to Phumulani Mall in Tembisa for inviting us through to come through and empower and chat to the young people of the community about some of our health awareness services that we've got for you. We're back on a brand new episode on a brand new month. We love across every social media platform. That's Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. It is at loveLifeNGO, hashtag The Purple Couch. I'm your host, Thabile TTO, and this has been a takeover. Until the next episode, keep taking over. Bye, guys.